What's up, Astroheads, and thank you for tuning in to my Ride With Me series. Today is all about Taurus. So I have beautiful twins in here with me today, Jessie and Ginger, and they're gonna help me just kind of confirm or deny some of the Taurus characteristics, just to see if they fit one or both of them. We're gonna give some additional insight, and yeah, are y'all ready?
I'm ready.
All right, so let's get started. Beautiful Taurus, these are your beautiful people that you'll always see looking good, smelling good. They always have on a nice outfit. They're reliable, caring, dependable. Again,
too kind.
they love the finer things in life. So let's jump right into the first thing, because I've also heard about Taurus is that they are very stubborn. So can y'all,
I think
jumping
into like confirm. I confirm that we are both very, very stubborn.
Mm-hmm.
We're set in our ways. We don't want to change. I'll agree with that. But everything else, like as far as
enjoying the finer things in life, we're not bougie.
We're not.
We're very
we're super
laid
basic.
back,
Okay.
cheap. We are perfectly okay with just shopping anywhere and everywhere. It doesn't have to be name brand.
Okay.
Yeah.
We like the finer things in life, but I think we
But our
pick
bank
and
accounts
choose.
don't.
Well, we pick and choose what we find value in. So like, I mean, of course we want to look our best, dress our best, smell our best,
Right.
but like we're not gonna, I think both of us, and we have a younger sister, she's not a Taurus, she's completely opposite. She's very name brand, very wants the finer things in life, but us personally, no, we're not gonna spend more than a couple bucks on an outfit or on a shirt or something.
Okay.
So we'll debunk that one.
Yeah.
And your sister, who you said she more so likes the finer things in life, she's Piscean?
February 19th, I think you said. Is that right?
Yeah, so she's a Pisces. Okay, that's just good to know. And so how are y'all with her? Because actually, just typical signs that you mesh well with Taurus people and Piscean people, they go together. It's water, earth, so put water, earth together, it makes things grow.
I think we're all, I mean, maybe this is because we're sisters. I can't say how we would necessarily cope with it. Like Justin's a Taurus as well, or not a Taurus, I'm sorry, but a Pisces.
He's an Aquarian.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. Well, then back to Pisces. We're extremely close as sisters. I think that the same way me and Ginger are just as close, we're just as close with Tinley, but I think we do have like a fine line. If she knows that we're very basic and she knows that she's a different kind of level, so
We mesh well, but we're total opposites.
yeah,
Right.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so is she more emotional and y'all are earthy, and y'all just know how to, Pisces people are known to be, they're watery, so they're in their
I
emotional
don't know
space.
if I would say she's emotional. She's very
She's hard-headed too.
she's hard-headed, but she's in the military, and I don't know if this has anything to do with it, but she's very kind of laid back, but she's I don't know if I would say she's emotional as much as I would say she's kind of just.
I think she has her moments, like we all do. Like I wouldn't say overall she's emotional, because I think, again, I mean, a lot of it's like growing up together, all of us being extremely close. But I think we all pick to choose, like when we show that emotional side of us. But I don't know. I wouldn't say she's crazy emotional, but we all have our moments, and
Right.
she's got her moments.
Okay. So, but I would think overall though, your energies would just naturally kind of go together. Just because, water and earth, like y'all would match well. So it wouldn't be like just a big giant friction, I guess.
Right.
Yeah, I think we all mesh pretty well.
So stubborn, y'all agreed to stubborn, right? But you said y'all don't agree to like everything has to be like the finer things in life, like you're practical about it.
Right.
And so being stubborn, y'all agreed to that. Would you say being stubborn, like how did it affect anything as far as y'all? Do you feel like it stopped you from moving into a job that you wanted because you were just stubborn and wanted to stay where you were, or you lost an opportunity, or has it helped you by being stubborn, by staying in one place, and it stopped you from making some kind of mistake, or like, can y'all say that?
I would say that it's opposite for both of us. So I would
think we
say
both have different answers.
I'll speak for myself. I think for me, it's kind of maybe made it. I have bounced around to so many jobs. I've done it all. I've had 10 jobs.
If she's not happy somewhere, no matter what the circumstances is, no matter what the pay is, she's on to the next.
Yeah,
She's
and I'm not, and obviously, you know, income has something to do with it. But at the same time, I left a way higher paying job to go to something that wasn't making necessarily as much money, but I absolutely loved it. So I
Feeling for you.
yeah, and for me, I think I'm just kind of like, I'm not willing to settle for something unless, you know, I'm completely content or happy or mark all my checks. You know, I make sure that I'm okay. She's the opposite, I would
I'm
say.
a little bit different with that because for me, I don't know, I kind of feel like I can mesh with whatever surroundings you put me in. I feel like all of my jobs have been long-term jobs. I think I've pretty much, I mean, I'm pretty young. I've been at every job I've ever had for at least 5 years or longer.
Okay.
And I mean, even recently, just, you know, doing a job switch over 2 years ago. I mean, me turning in that 2 weeks notice, I was bawling my eyes out. And so, I mean, it took a lot for me to jump to something different. I don't like change. So like once I learn something, once I perfect it,
Yes.
you know, my coworkers become family. I'm super, super close with them, and I value that. And so even if work might not be going my way, or, you know, oh, it's been a tough day, tough week, tough month, tough year, I tough it out a little bit more, whereas Ginger's like, all right, no, if this ain't working, on to the next.
I wouldn't say it's not that I don't tough it out. I refuse to settle, and I want to dabble in everything. I want to do a little bit of everything. I'm not okay with just sticking with something, saying, all right, this is it for me, this is my calling. If I find it, great, I'll probably stay there, but I just haven't found it yet.
Okay.
You're more inclined to take, like, you have the mindset like, okay, I'm gonna take a leap of faith and I'm just gonna do it. Me, on the other hand,
maybe.
I think I'm a little bit more practical. I think of, oh my goodness, well, I've got this here at this job. Like, can I get that at another job? Maybe I shouldn't. Let me wait and just see what happens. And I kind of have to be shoved out of a situation. Whereas
and I'm the
will
one
just
doing
jump.
the shove and jumping.
Yeah.
See, it's funny because we're both Taurus, but we're still opposite. So I don't know how we would debunk, or I don't know how that would happen.
This is just,
it varies. Yeah.
yes, and this is good, period, because I just wanted to know, or for people to see if people fit the characteristics of a Taurus. Also, and y'all explaining stuff, even though you say you jump from, you know, job to job, I still see the Taurus characteristic in why you're moving.
Yeah.
Because you said that you don't want to settle for anything, and Taurus people won't settle, you know, for less than what they feel like they want. So I can still see the traits in y'all's different decisions. Also, like, I would just love to like pull your birth chart to see if like the reason that, you know, you guys may react differently to things is if one of you more so, you know, subscribes to your sun sign, and then maybe one of you is just maybe in your moon sign more so than the other one is in their sun sign, because your moon sign is just different qualities. It's, you know, how you, just your emotional body, how you deal with conflict, how you just deal with certain things or situations. And if somebody's more like in that sign and one is in the other, like, I wonder if I pull that up and pulled up what that sign is, if that would match
We should do
the
that.
difference in, you know, you two.
Yeah, I'd be
But that's so
curious to
funny.
know.
Yeah.
I would say, like, one thing just kind of piggybacking off of that is, and Ginger's helped me out. We feed off of each other a lot. I don't know if that's more so of a Taurus thing or of a twin thing, but when I'm feeling some type of way, and like if I'm down or something's going on or whatever, and I'm just really in my head, like, Ginger reminds me not to take life too serious, and that this won't matter in, you know, a year. This won't matter tomorrow. Like, don't get so upset. And I think we both do that for each other.
Yeah, I would say
So-
for you kind of remind me, like, no, you need to take something serious. This will matter.
That's awesome.
we
like,
we equal each other out.
I think we, like, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. So next is the beautiful Taurus. People have a natural sensuality, charm about them. Their aura is just cool. They always know, you know, what to say in any situation. You know, so would you guys say that you've noticed that you've always had like a charm about you that people just really appreciate you being around, or it's helped you by, you know, you're able to talk to a certain group of people and maybe I can get into somewhere because I know this group, they like me, or has it, you know?
I think we're we're both very, I think we're like chameleons. We can really blend with anybody and everybody. If you put us in a crowd, we can relate to so many different people. And I think we can find like a common interest, and I think we can kind of mesh well with anybody.
I think it comes kind of too based off of how we were raised. Our dad just, I mean, growing up, we didn't see color, we didn't see wealth, status. I mean, he got along and gets along with every single person in the world. Like, there is no enemies. Like,
Never met a stranger.
yeah, and I mean, he's just so not afraid to jump out there, and he doesn't care if you were the president of the United States or if you're living under a bridge. He's going to treat you the exact same. And I think that he's really kind of made us feel that way too. And so I think what we've done really good at is knowing who we are as a person, and so we're not afraid to, we don't really necessarily get uncomfortable in different social settings. I think we're going to remain the same because we are who we are, and like Ginger said, we're kind of like chameleons. So I mean, if we know when we can and can't act up, like we know when we can act a fool, we know when we need to, you know, put our suit and tie on. So but we get along with everybody.
But I will say, sometimes we do get a little, or I'll speak for myself, a little awkward in certain, not necessarily situations, but I know like more reserved maybe, and like bigger group settings. But I mean, we're still open and willing to talk to anybody and everybody. I think maybe it goes back and forth with like who's a little more outgoing that day, and I think it really just depends on.
Well, I think if we're together too, like if we're separate, like if I were to go and do something on my own, I might not feel as confident doing something. And you know, like if I had Ginger with me, I think we hype each other up a lot. And so we're like, oh yeah, we're each other's hype man. So I'm like, you know what, let's go here and do our thing, and
We got this.
yeah. So we do feed off each other a lot.
That's good. And with your charm though, even if say it's an awkward situation, do you still say something that still kind of diffuses it, like it to make it ends up not being awkward?
Yeah.
It may be awkward to you,
so.
but you're able to, you know, make it not be. Because I definitely
We were talking about this earlier today.
like Jessica always has, you know, even if the situation is awkward or not awkward, she'll make it.
She's always got something to say.
She does, and it's always the best thing to say. Like I said to y'all last time, we're in, you know, on a team outing at a restaurant. We were coming out of the restaurant, and this guy was giving us a flyer saying to come somewhere, and nobody on the team said something, and Jessica was like, well, not today, but we do support you. Like it was kind of a crunchy moment, but she still made it okay. And then also, like, we recently had some, you know, things at work happen where some people had to be let go, and there was the person that had to do it was like, you know, a higher level person. We hadn't actually met her in person before. We only heard her on calls. And so, you know, after it's all said and done, we're all crying. You know, everybody's crying and sad. Jessica was like, well, nice to meet you. And I was like,
tears rolling down my face.
It was, you know, shade, but not shade, because it still came off as charming. But I was like, Jessica, I so needed that internal laugh right now, because I just chuckled on the inside, because it was like, you know, we've never met you before, but now we meet you, and you know, people from your team is gone.
I think with me, it's not always having the right thing to say, but I promise you, I always got something to say. And
I think she does too.
I made a mistake, like in middle school and elementary school, and even in most of high school too. Like, I was so reserved. I was such an introvert, like, you could, you know, do wrong and I'm not going to speak out. And like, I don't know, I was just so to myself. And I think the older I've gotten, and Ginger's helped me out with this too, like, it don't matter. It doesn't matter. Like, why? I'm going to look back and regret in tiny moments that might not be a huge deal. Like, when I get older, I'm going to look back and regret, why didn't I speak out? I mean, what was the worst that could have happened? Why didn't I speak my mind? And so for me, another thing is, I can kind of read people pretty well. I think I can. And for me, I don't like when other people are uncomfortable. So if I can do anything to alleviate that, or speak up on behalf of them because they don't have a voice yet, I like to do that for other people. Like the guy downtown, you know, when everybody just walked past him with their nose turned up, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I support you, whatever, you know what? We're not going to sit here and talk forever, but you do you. And, you know. So that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, it was the perfect thing to say. But like, I just noticed that you always kind of have like a good thing to say. And also, you're one of the newer people on the teams, but people, when they come down our road, that kind of stand and talk at your cue, just to,
because I'll talk to anybody.
Because you'll talk to them, you know, and shoot the breeze with them and they're cool with that. Relationships. So relationships, friendships, would you all say that when you date someone, like it's very, because you're known to be dependable, and things like that. So when you date someone, are you really always looking long term? Or when you're friends with someone, are you looking for, this is my friend for the rest of my life, she's gonna be in my, you know, bridesmaids crew, like we're gonna be soccer moms together? Like, would y'all say friendships, relationships, you're always looking for that when you're dating? Or
I think so. Yeah, I definitely think when we are trying to find new friends or even just old friends, all of our friends we've had for the longest, and we're so serious with our friends. Like, we have a really close
friend
group of friends,
and we're like family. I mean, like, I know some of our friends, I mean, we're close to our family as well, but I mean, we just kind of, they come to family events, Christmas and things like that. So I mean, I do agree, like when we find somebody that we really just mesh well with, we get along with, and our friends become our family. And as far as relationships, I think for both of us, I mean, just looking back on our past, we've dated a bit, but every relationship we've gotten into has somewhat been long term. And I know I'm getting married, y'all, so I probably got one that wants to settle down. So
awesome.
I know, we're rolling with it.
So would you say, and I know like you're getting married, and what was it, all in 1 year?
Oh, I'm buying a house in 2 months,
right?
And I'm getting married in 7 months, 6 months,
right?
Yeah. So this is the year I gotta go big or go home.
So how do you feel? Right. So how do you feel about being a Taurus, being, you know, like all change at one time, and this is
stressful as hell,
life changing.
It's nervous. I mean, I think both of us, me and Ginger both, we're just really not opinionated on like minor details, and so picking a house, choosing
we're
like
super
wedding
indecisive
stuff. But yeah, I mean, for me, it's just I'm having to move, you know, like relocate. So I'm buying a house, and it's long term. So I mean, I think whereas most other people are like looking at all these little bitty details, I just want something that's not gonna, you know, fall to the ground.
A simple.
We're very basic, and so,
but in a good way, not in the like materialistic way. We're basic in the sense that, you know, we're okay with, you know, we're okay with just the necessities,
simplicity.
And simple. Yeah, we're very simple.
Okay. And so wedding planning, and just I think just having so many events happen in such a short period of time, I'm trying to like divvy up my time while still trying to be a good friend, a good sister, a good, you know, fiance. I think I haven't become a bridezilla yet, and I haven't, you know, even with house hunting, like I haven't lost my crap yet, but it's gonna come. I think it's a matter of time. I'll follow up with you in a couple of months, and we'll see where I'm at. So right now I'm cool, calm, and collected, but we'll see.
For now.
Okay, so going along with being the cool, calm, and collected, so, you know, Taurus people, charming, you know, nice, their whole vibe, you know, so when people, have you ever gotten angry and completely like surprised people because you've like just popped off?
I would say for both of us, we're pretty good about like maintaining our composure. I think we know, like she was saying earlier, I think we know like the time and the place. Like if we're, you know, if something's bothering us,
we speak our mind.
We
right
do
then and there
speak
on the
our
spot.
mind, but at the same time, if we I would say for myself, and I would think Jesse's the same way, we kind of bottle some stuff up, and just because we know, like, it doesn't matter. You can't affect or change. If there's something going on and there's something that, you know, you disagree with or something, is it worth your time, your energy, your efforts to put into that person to try to change them?
Right, and like when someone's acting a fool, I think we could choose to do one of two things. We could choose to put them in their place and be like, why are you acting like this? But then I think me and Ginger, we kind of revert back and we feel sorry for the person. Like, why, you know, there's some reason why you're acting the way that you are.
Right.
Whether
you're looking to understand.
Yeah. And so for us, I think we take a step back, and we're just, I mean, we're not judgmental. I think we all kind of passively pick apart people. But for us, I think if something bothers us, I think we're pretty good, and especially with our friend group, we're pretty good about being a very open, honest, upfront. And so, I mean, I think as far as like letting stuff bottle up, not so much. I mean, there's some small issues, but we just choose, I don't know, not to address them. If it's not gonna make us lose any sleep at night, we just brush it off and keep going.
Okay. And I would like to, just paying attention. I asked what sign your dad was, and you told me he was a Sagittarian. And so I feel like the fact that you both say you just have such an open mind about things, you're looking to understand people, and I think it's just being raised by him. I think that's just, it kind of shows how your parents have so much, they affect, I guess, how you are as an adult, because Sagittarius people, they're actually the most non-judgmental sign of the zodiac. They always see the big picture of things, so I think that maybe that helps in y'all even seeing, hey, what's the bigger picture, is this gonna matter, things like that. Maybe that helps.
I think so too.
So what about breaking up in a relationship or losing a friend? Like, how does a Taurus person deal with that? Would you rather keep these people around because you don't like losing people, or are you good with bye, see y'all?
I think it depends. So like, family's a little bit different. So like, when your relationship with your family, like I said, our friends become our family, and so I think it's easier for me to hang on to that and like try to do absolutely everything I can to, fix whatever, mend the relationship. But I think with Ginger, I don't know, I'll let you speak for yourself, but I feel like she's a little bit opposite. She's just like, I'm not going to keep putting in effort if I'm not getting it back.
But it's not like one and done kind of thing. Like, I'll 3 strikes, you're out. I'm not going to keep putting in my effort and energy and time when I don't see it going anywhere.
And I think I'm the opposite. It's like, I don't know.
Jessie wants to fix people. She likes trying to fix people. I'm total opposite. I'll give you the best of me once, twice, third time, you're out. I'm done. I don't have time for you.
Okay.
But I think we both, I don't know, I think we deal with it pretty well. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think we're opposite in the sense that we're a little different on that point of view, but I think that we handle things well.
I know.
Okay. Awesome. And so I guess signs that you typically mesh well with, Cancer, Capricorn, Virgo, Pisces. And so like I said, you're usually pretty good with either your same element, which is earth. So Virgo, Taurus people are both earth. Virgo people are they're practical as well. They love, accomplishing goals. They're called the perfectionist of the zodiac sign. So they are really tough on themselves, when it comes to, are they
Virgo? Oh yeah, he is like total.
Yeah.
We're total opposites that we attract.
Yeah. But yeah, I think you're good with earth, or you're good with Cancer, Pisces. They're both water signs. I think your earth, you can kind of ground a water sign, if they need. And like I said, earth, water grows things. So I think that's good. Also, like I said, you don't actually, there are signs that you just have a natural flow with. But I think when you're with signs that you don't naturally have a flow with, they teach you things about yourself. And it's, I think it's a good thing just to know that, hey, we're both this sign. We don't have that natural, flow together, but I love this person. I'm going to take this extra step to make sure that we stay in line.
Yeah.
So I think that you can be together with any sign, friends, lovers with any sign. It's just making sure that it's not some issue just because you don't have that natural flow. It's just, we're different in these ways.
You gotta know where your problem areas are.
Yes,
you gotta work
exactly. So what would y'all say, just even friendships? Virgo is your guy. What about friendships? Have you noticed, hey, in friendships, I didn't mesh well with this sign, but I did go good with this sign? Have you noticed?
What's December? December 16th. Something like that.
16th. Is that Sagittarius? I think it's Sagittarius.
So our best friend
very
is
best
December
friend
16th.
is December 16th.
And we do share the same best friend friend group. So
Yeah,
December 16th.
who else? I'm just trying, oh gosh, now I'm trying to go through and think of our friend group's birthdays. I don't know. I mean, for me,
I think we can get along with anybody and everybody. I think we found our people, and we're so open and willing to meet new people, and regardless of signs or anything, I think we're just so open-minded that we're willing to accept anybody, their flaws, their characteristics, their, so we're open-minded. I think we're willing to accept anybody, but I think we can mesh well with just pretty much anybody.
Yeah, because you're just your natural charm and sensuality. So Taurus superpowers is definitely your what people say your stubbornness. That's actually your superpower, as long as it's directed towards something that you want a goal accomplished. A Taurus person has the they can like sit in that goal and make sure they complete it. I'm marking off my checklist. I have to make sure I do all these things so I can accomplish that goal. So definitely your stubbornness, and then just your charm, your sensuality. Taurus people are ruled by Venus, so I think that a person with the ability to just know about life and how to enjoy it, you can incorporate that into anything. Like say you want it to be a realtor, or you know, a project manager. Even with just your practicalness and you being organized, you can bring all those things to the forefront by using your superpowers. As long as you know what they are, you direct them to the right things. I think that
I need to have another moon soon.
Yeah, you do. And then next time I'm gonna ask you again, because I ask everybody at work when the full moon is coming, like if it's in your sign,
How we're feeling.
Yeah, how you feeling? You get any good juju? You got any good like something, some kind of opportunity hit? I'll ask about that. So
What does it mean when Venus is in retrograde? It's in retrograde.
yeah,
You gotta
anytime
act
there's a
out,
retrograde or like Venus, Mercury is usually communication. So if you see something, if you see Mercury is in retrograde, like you may send a text to somebody else who you meant to send it to a different person, like Skype somebody who you meant to, you know, you may see that kind of stuff happen. Or your phone breaks, like that's a communication device.
Oh, like
So
little small things happening.
and so with Venus, it could be I had a freaking dream about a past lover. You know what I'm saying? You don't know why.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, why the heck? And it's probably just, you know, something you just, you know, maybe that person hurt you and you need to heal that wound. Not go back to them. Some people don't know that.
Yeah.
Not go back to them, but see what happened in the situation that maybe caused you to hurt, and then try.
It's just bringing it to the surface.
Bring it to the surface. If people want to follow you in the future, do you want to drop your IGs or any of your social media?
I know. What's your Instagram?
Instagram name Ginger Spice for ours. Ginger Spice.
Okay.
And then mine is, I don't know why, but it's Jessie L_14.
So thank y'all so much.
Thank
Thank you for
you.
tuning in, everyone, to my Ride With Me with Taurus, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
If you're looking to get to know yourself a little better, I offer birth chart analysis reporting. It's where I just take your birth information and kind of give you just a deep analysis of yourself, your environment during this lifetime, some of the things you need to look to achieve. So if you're looking to get to know yourself a little better and you want to know how to book that report, the instructions will be up under any video that I drop.